Hello friends, this video on metals and non-metals part 5 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Metals are also very good conductors of electricity. So they not only conduct heat, they also conduct electricity, and that is why we see metals are being used for all sort of electricity connection in our homes. So if you want to see it for yourself, what do? You try to take a wire, an unused wire. Now please do not plug in it somewhere and then you start doing all this experimentation. So that's quite risky. So just take any spare wire which is there in your home, and what do, just try to remove the upper plastic covering of the wire, because when you look at the wire from top, you feel that there is a plastic covering on top. So see, this is the plastic covering, which may be red, blue, green or any other color, but inside what you will see are the metals. So inside you actually see the metals. It could be a copper wire, it could be any other metal. So these metals inside, they are very good conductors of electricity. So they allow electricity to pass through them, and that is why they are used for all these kind of electricity related wiring purposes. But at the same time, why do you have this covering of plastic or any other non-conductor? For our safety, because if the wire is a good conductor of electricity, that means electricity is always passing through the wire. So if you touch that wire, there are chances that you will get electric shock. So to protect ourselves from electric shock, what is done is the metal is protected with the help of another outer layer, and that outer layer is made up of mostly plastics. Because plastics are poor conductors of electricity, so that we do not get shock. So that's how we can say that metals are good conductors of electricity. Now if you take this simple example, so in fact you can try this out in your home also. You take a bulb, you take a battery, and you connect the bulb with the battery through wires. In fact, through metal wires. Now when you connect it through metal wires, what happens? These metal wires are supposedly good conductors of electricity. Now when you join the wires together, what do you see? The bulb glows. So here in this picture you see the bulb glows. Why? Because the red wire and the blue wire, they are both connected. So the free ends are joined. So throughout, from the battery, current is produced. That is the purpose of battery, that it produces electric current. So that current reaches the bulb, and once the current reaches the bulb, what happens? The filament gets heated and the bulb glows. So in this case, the bulb is glowing because these wires, they allow electricity to pass through them, because these are metal wires and metals are good conductors of electricity. Now if you repeat the same experiment in this case where you do not join the ends of the wire, so in that case what happens? This open space in between, this space doesn't contain a good conductor of electricity. So what is there in between? In this empty space, what is there? Nothing but air. Now air is not a good conductor of electricity. So air doesn't allow electricity to pass through it. Therefore the circuit is not completed and the bulb doesn't glow. So that means only if the wire is a good conductor of electricity, only then your electric appliances will work, and that is why metals are very suitable for construction of wires. Now here in this case, in fact, even if you complete the circuit, but if you replace the metal wire with a plastic wire or maybe with a wooden wire, then what will happen? The bulb will not glow, because plastic or wood is a poor conductor of electricity. So knowing this, we will also look at some of the electric safety measures that we take, because we know that metals are good conductors. Now some of the safety measures are electrical outlet safety caps to reduce risk of electrical shock. So you would have seen these kind of electrical outlets, and you would have also observed that children always have a tendency to insert their fingers into these outlets. Now what is there inside the outlets? Inside the wire outlet, you will have a lot of wires carrying current. Now whenever you try to touch a wire carrying current, you will get electric shock. So in order to prevent that, what is done? There are safety caps available, so which look somewhat like this. So these are the safety caps, and these safety caps are made up of poor conductors of electricity like plastics. Mostly they are made up of plastics. So what do? You just insert it into these holes, so that now children cannot see the holes and they cannot insert their fingers. So they are safe from electric shock. So these are some of the measures. Also it is seen that electricians, when they are doing some sort of repair on electric poles or something, so they always prefer wearing the gloves. These gloves are made up of mostly rubber or something which is a poor conductor of electricity, so that they do not get electric shock. So now anything which is a good conductor of electricity, electric current will be flowing through it. So your chances of getting a shock if you touch them is very high. So these are some of the measures which are taken in order to protect ourselves from electric shock. Another important property of metals are that they are sonorous. What do we mean by sonorous? They produce ringing sounds. Now, have you ever heard the sound of your school bell with concentration? School bell or the temple bells. So when it is rang, what happens? A sound comes which repeatedly keeps coming. So the sound is very vibrating and it's a strong sound. So these type of sounds are produced only by metals and not by non-metals. So if you want, you can just have a quick comparison between a metal and a wood. And you will see that metals produce more sound. For example, you take your cutlery from your kitchen, spoons, forks, knives, and when you strike them against each other, you get some sort of ringing sounds, you get some sort of music, right? Why? Because they are all made up of metals. Where if you take few coins, you take a lot of coins and you just try to mix them with each other, take them from one hand to another, and you can hear some sound. So these type of sounds are produced only by metals. On the other hand, if you, instead of taking metal objects, if you take say a wooden table, so on the wooden table, if you just strike it, the sound that will be produced will not be a ringing sound, and that sound is going to be different than these sounds. So metals produce a sound which is more like a ringing sound. So by listening to that sound, you can actually say if this sound is produced by a metal or otherwise. Another important property is that metals have very high density. So you can actually feel that metals are very heavy. If in case, let us suppose you have to carry a big box like this, as you see on the screen. Now, there are two scenarios. In the first scenario, you have to carry a box which is a plastic box. And in the second scenario, you have to carry a box which is an iron box. So which will be more heavy? Iron definitely will be more heavy, and the density in case of metals is also very high. Now, more density means the molecules or the atoms, they are more densely packed to each other. They are overpopulated. So obviously they are more heavy also. Iridium and osmium have the highest density. So these are the metals with highest density. On the other hand, lithium has the lowest density. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.